Hey everybody, happy Thursday. It is Meredith and it is time to dive into AI with Meredith. Happy New Year. I am super excited to be back. This is our first live stream of 2024. This is our first dive into AI with Meredith for the new year. It's been probably about 6 weeks or so, I would say, since I have done our last dive into AI. I took a break. So, when I first got started with this, I did a 12-week series and it went really well. But I decided to take a little break just to kind of work on some other things. And we are back. And I have decided that Um, I am going to be doing this series weekly. I am committing to doing this every Thursday until God says otherwise. So I am going to be here every Thursday at 7 p.m. unless I have a scheduling conflict. I'm going to be here doing Dive into AI with Meredith. So before we get started, I'm going to share this on my timeline really quick. And I think, yep, we're good. So I am streaming from my Facebook group, Easy AI Prompts, and I am also streaming from my Facebook business page, the Meredith Hurston business page. Hey Talia, how are you this evening? Great to see you. So yeah, I'm excited to be back on this platform talking about AI and talking about all the things. So I wanted to do a recap of 2023 because 2023 was really the year that AI became mainstream. So as you guys come in, if you want to say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. Please be sure to invite your friends. Because my goal with doing these live streams is really to just make more people aware of artificial intelligence, some of the great things that it does. I like to answer your questions. I like to provide resources. I like to do demos and tutorials and also let you know some of the trainings, some of the paid trainings and things like that that I offer. How you can consult with me, like if you have some particular projects or questions that you want to work one on one with. Happy to let you know how we can do some consulting. So I'm super excited that you guys are here. If you have any questions about AI, please drop them down in the chat and I will try to get to them in the live stream. And if not, I will definitely address them either in the Facebook group or through our newsletter content. So I want to say, since the last time I did the live, I want to say it might have been, I know it was mid-November. I don't know the exact date, but I closed out the live stream with one of my friends, Leticia Austin. She works in the technology space. She has a technology company, and she has worked her full career in technology. And we closed out season one of Dive into AI last fall, talking about how you can use artificial intelligence to like build an agency or to build like a full-fledged business. So that was one of the things that we talked about. Tonight, I just kind of want to recap some of the developments that happened in 2023, how AI became mainstream, some of the different tools that you guys may have heard about in the media. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer those. If you guys want to look into any particular tools, I might be able to demonstrate some of them tonight. But since the last time we met, one of our viewers that she was a faithful viewer last season, Leanna, she asked me if I had a Facebook group when we were on one of the lives. And at the time, I did not. And since then, I have started a Facebook group. It's called Easy AI Prompts. And I am just kind of in awe over the fact that we already have over 6,100 members. That is crazy to me. So, like crazy in a good way. So, I'm going to drop the link to that group in the chat. I invite you to join. It's called Easy AI Prompts. So, it's a public Facebook group. And just to give you a little bit about the purpose of that group is really to share and hello, thank you for being here. Hey, hey. The purpose of the group really is to share prompts, and it's for both. It's for generative AI as a whole. So generative AI includes both art creation as well as like conversation. So like ChatGPT is a generative AI tool. Our art creators like Dolly 3, Bing AI, Playground AI, all of those are generative AI tools. So, really, the goal of Easy AI Prompts, the Facebook group, is to help people learn how to use generative AI better, how to get started, how to use it, like how to prompt it to get the results that you're looking for, both with art and with conversational text. Because one of the great things that artificial intelligence is good for is like advising you like through conversation. Like you can have whole conversations with these AI tools. It's basically like a personal assistant. So it's I actually created a prompt guide to help people like converse with ChatGPT to help you get more done with work and business. Like you can have it help you automate some of your tasks at work. It can help you with Excel. It can help you write emails. It can help you, draft policies and procedures. There are so many things that ChatGPT can do, and a lot of people have concerns like, oh, well, it sounds, robotic. I don't like the way it puts out the text. And, there can be a little bit of challenges with that, but there are solutions for that as well. So, and that's where, the easy prompts come in. A big part of having a good experience with AI is learning how to prompt it, and it is a skill. It's something that you have to learn along the way. So that's the goal of Easy AI Prompts, is really to just help people learn how to use these tools better and get the most benefit out of them. So, let me get back to my outline. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about easy AI prompts and invite you guys to join there. But also wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping about the group. So, the intention of the group is to, share prompts, and you can share like the results of your prompts. Like, so if you try one of the prompts that's in the group, you're welcome to post like your images, or if you use like one of the chat prompts, you can post like the results. That's fine to do. Some of the limitations that we have with the group, in order to make this a happy space for, a pleasant space for everyone, we don't allow any promotion in the group. Like you can't just drop off your links and not be a contributor to the group other than just to drop off your links and promote yourself. We don't allow that. And when we do come across that, myself and a team of moderators, we will remove those links, and we don't really give any warnings. Like if I see the same person kind of violating that rule too many times, you'll just kind of be banned from the group. And also when you're sharing images, or when you're sharing a prompt, or when you're sharing images, we ask that you share the prompt with it. Otherwise, the post will not be approved, because that's the goal of the group, is to help people know how they can generate similar images. And one of the great things about AI, when you do share your prompts, the next person coming behind you is not going to get the exact same image. It's always going to look a little bit different. So even when you share your picture and your prompt, the person that is being inspired by your prompt, or even if they just copy and paste it into the design tool, like if they paste it over into Bing, they're not going to get the same exact image. So you don't have to worry about somebody like copying your exact, image. But we can't just allow people to post their pretty pictures in the group, because that's not really helpful to anyone other than just, appreciate the beauty of the photo. We want people to understand how they can generate the images, and how they can use ChatGPT to really make their life easier, their business easier, how to, get help with email, get help with business ideas, all of those things. So, who has questions about AI? If anybody has any questions, please drop them in the chat, and I will be happy to address them. But I wanted to go into some of the highlights from 2023. So, I guess I'll start with early. I didn't put these really in any chronological order, but these are some of my big takeaways from 2023. So, I was one of the people that got a OpenAI account, or I guess a ChatGPT account, back in November of 2022. when OpenAI released the platform to the public. So I think it was like November 30th of 2022. So I've been on there for over a year now. As of November 30th of 2023, it was a year. And I have been on there since the beginning. I would say that I really started using ChatGPT probably in January, February timeframe of 2023. Hey Keith, good evening. Welcome. Glad you're here. So, uh yeah, so in like early 2023 is when I really started using ChatGPT, and that was back when it was, I think, ChatGPT version 3.5. I'm not really sure. It was, free to anyone that wanted to use it, and I got on there, tinkering around, and I couldn't really make sense of it, and I didn't really see the big benefits of it just yet. But I kept playing with it, and I was following the conversation, and looking at some YouTube videos to see how people were using it, and then the light bulb kind of started to go off. At the time, I was working with Dr. Kimberly West. I was taking a I was in like a coaching program for my travel business, and so I ended up using ChatGPT to help me with like my emails for a trip that I was promoting, and helping me put together like itineraries and stuff for a trip. And I started to really see the benefit of it, so I kind of started going down the rabbit hole from there. So that's really kind of what got me hooked on ChatGPT. And I guess in tandem with that, I was playing around in Midjourney. So Midjourney came out, to be honest, I don't really know when Midjourney came out. I know I was using it in 2022, but if we're keeping with the highlights of 2023, I know Midjourney 5, version 5 came out sometime in 2023. It may have been like April, May. I can't really say for sure. But in addition to Midjourney 5 coming out, they actually recently upgraded to version 6. So we have seen like these tools go through like massive overhauls from like version to version all within the course of a year. So like with ChatGPT, we saw them come out, with the initial product late 2022. Then they introduced ChatGPT Plus during 2023, which is the paid version of ChatGPT. It's a little bit more robust. You have some more features. It's $20 a month, and I do recommend the ChatGPT Plus, by the way. Um, I know some people, like the free version, and the free version does have its place. It depends on your needs, like what you need the tool to do. In some cases, I would say in a lot of cases, it does make sense to go ahead and upgrade your plan to the paid version, particularly for like business owners and like parents. Like if you have kids in school and you're trying to assist your kids with the homework, it's really helpful to have that paid chat gpt account, so that you can use like chat gpt on your phone. You can take pictures of like homework sheets, and you can upload that into chat gpt, and you can ask it to help you like solve the problems, or get the answers and things like that. And you don't necessarily have to show that to your kid, but like as a parent, like if you don't really know what's going on with the homework assignment, ChatGPT can like explain it to you, and it'll help you like coach your kid to get those, answers. Whereas like if you have the free version of ChatGPT, you can't do that very well. You would have to sit there and like type, or I guess you could talk. And I don't know if you guys know this, but and I wonder if I could demonstrate this on the air. But ChatGPT has on the phone app, did you know that you could talk to it? I'm gonna try. I'll try to demonstrate that. Let me pull it up on my phone. And so they have it where you can have it speak to you in like a different voice. So let me see. Can you guys see this? Let me go. Okay, so this is kind of like the home screen. Oh, my ring light is in the way. I don't know if this is going to be the best visual, but if you tap this little headphone right here, so if you tap the headphone, it'll tell you to start speaking. So it's listening to me now. I'm gonna have to start it over, but let me see. Hey, can you help me come up with a title for my live stream this evening? I'm going to be talking about the highlights of artificial intelligence from 2023. I think that sounds awesome. What should the description for the live stream be? So that sounds pretty good, right? So did y'all know ChatGPT did that? And then in addition to like it talking to you, so you can give it a male or female voice, so whatever you're most comfortable with. But in addition to it talking, it will also give you the written text. So you can come back to it, later on and you can read the conversation and you can continue the conversation like if you want to start typing or something like that. So did y'all know ChatGPT did that with the phone app? I think that's super cool. So, and to that point, as a part of the Easy AI Prompts Facebook group, when people come into the group, I ask them, I let them know what the rules are and ask them to agree to the rules. But I also ask them what is one of their, what is their biggest question about AI, because I realize that this is new for a lot of people. And so a lot of people want to know, like, how do I get started? And they want to know, about prompting and stuff. So, in order to get started with AI, I would say a great starting place, depending on, what you're trying to do. If you want to, use it for like a chat bot, like a personal assistant or whatever, my recommendation for a tool would be um, ChatGPT. So the ChatGPT app looks like this on the iPhone. It's the white background with the black design right here. So you want to look for that icon in your app store. So there are numerous apps for ChatGPT in the App Store. You want to get the official app by OpenAI. OpenAI is the developer of ChatGPT. So you want to use the official app that is out by ChatGPT or that is out by OpenAI. Because to me, that's the original. To me, that's the best one because all the other, I won't say that the rest of them are imitations, but they're called like wrappers. So basically, other companies, other businesses will create a wraparound service to go with the OpenAI ChatGPT platform, and it might be for a dedicated purpose. It might be for um, I don't know. There might be a chat GPT for school teachers or professors or accountants or some certain industry. So in order to get like the general chat GPT and have access to all the tools and features, I recommend that you use the official app. So I see Kaleidoscope Intelligence AI says that the chat GPT, like talking to chat GPT, like having a verbal dialogue, it's a game changer. And I agree, it's absolute game changer. And Keith said, love it, especially when I don't feel like typing. Yeah, like I was out walking my dog. The first time I used it, I was out walking my dog and I had my earbud in and I was having a whole conversation with ChatGPT. I think my girl's name is Juniper or something like that. She's the personality that's the name of that's her name, the female voice that was talking to me. Her name is Juniper. So I was having a whole conversation with Juniper and I'm like, this is awesome. I was having her what was I talking to her about? I think like a project plan or something for something at work. And she was helping me like map out all the various stages of a project. So, in terms of like professional work and stuff, that's one of the ways that you can really use, ChatGPT. No matter what your profession is, you can strike up a conversation with ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm a project manager, or I'm a fifth grade teacher. I'm a fifth grade, math teacher, science teacher, history teacher. Can you help me come up with a plan for this week? For my students, I need to come up with lesson plans, or I need to come up with a schedule. These are the things that I need to accomplish. Can you help me come up with the schedule? And you can also ask ChatGPT, this is what I need your help doing. What information do you need from me in order to do a good job? Like, I ask ChatGPT all that all the time. What is it that you need from me in order to give me good answers? Like, this is the problem that I'm trying to solve, and I want you to help me solve it. But what do I need to tell you in order to do a good job? And ChatGPT is good at giving you a list of things that it needs to help you solve the problem. So that is great. And so I find that in terms of like giving people feedback, sometimes I find that when people respond to questions, I don't know if it's like the nature of like if it's our nature of like we're texting and we just want to be brief. Like when I asked the question about the in the group, so like the questions are voluntary, so not that I expect anybody to like write a paragraph or anything like that, but I'm like, what's your biggest question about AI? And a lot of people will just put one word answers, prompts. So if you take that same approach, like when you talk to Chat GPT and you just kind of going like, I need help with math, that's not going to get you the best answer. Like if you say, I'm taking, pre-calculus right now, and I'm not good with math, y'all, so don't laugh at me because this could be wrong. But I'm having trouble with polynomials or something like that. Can you help me with some exercises so that I can get a better grasp of polynomials? That would be a better answer than to just say, I'm having problems with math. I need your help. You understand like the difference, like if you give it more context about what the issue is, like I need your help with polynomials because I'm in pre-calculus, and tell it, I'm in the ninth grade, or whatever. Then ChatGPT will give you more specific information tailored to your unique situation. So if you go into ChatGPT and say, I need help with making my prompts better, it may give you some general basic information. But if you say, I'm a corporate attorney and I specialize in contracts, and I need to work on this contract for procurement, or I need to work on this contract for, whatever, it's going to give you a lot better um information than if you just say, I need help with contracts. Like if you give it some context, like some specifics, and then you can ask ChatGPT, this is what I'm trying to solve for. What do you need to know in order to give me the most robust answer? Does that make sense to everybody? Was that helpful? I hope it's helpful. Give me some thumbs up in the chat or something like that. so, so some other highlights from 2023 was kind of this fall. I need to look up and see when it was, but when they brought Dolly 3 to ChatGPT, that was like a game changer. But I feel like they just trying to dial that back, because when we first got access to Dolly 3, you could get like 4 images at a time and all this stuff, and now they're giving you one image at a time and putting limits on it. And I don't know if it's because it's like people like me letting people know about the AI tools, and more people are, starting to use them, and it's reaching like user capacity or something like that. But I feel like they are like restricting us. I guess maybe the more people that are on the platform, the less we are able to get out of it at a time. But yeah, I love the imagery with Dolly 3. I think it sometimes the images have I don't know if texture is the right word. It depends on what you're trying to create, and maybe it depends on the style of art that you ask for. But sometimes I feel like it gives like odd textures to like clothes, and usually it doesn't for like skin, the facial features and things like that. But I feel like sometimes it'll give me like textured clothes, and that's not really what I was looking for, and I haven't found a way. Sometimes it'll look a little fuzzy, not like pixelated fuzzy, but like the texturization of it looks a little fuzzy. So I haven't found a workaround for that. So I do generate images in Dolly 3, but I won't say that it's my favorite platform. So now my favorite platform, y'all, some of y'all might know this about me. If you recently started coming to, or if you like started recently coming to my page, I am a Stable Diffusion girl now. I do use other AI generators, like I still use Midjourney, and I still will do some stuff in Dolly 3. But I love Stable Diffusion for its versatility, and it's a pretty, I won't say it is. It can be complex. It can be, I guess, as easy or complex as you want it to be. But Stable Diffusion is a very robust platform. It has so many features and so much variety and versatility. I really like it. But you can still do some. You can get some really pretty images out of Dolly 3. And the other, I guess, highlight from 2023 is Microsoft released Bing Image Creator. I don't remember when that came out, but I would say maybe sometime around August, September, if I'm not mistaken. So that kind of like busted on the scene with a lot of buzz, and people are still, really using Bing Image Creator because it's free. And I did want to make a distinction between Bing Image Creator and Dolly 3. So Bing Image Creator is a free tool produced by Microsoft, and I think like very recently they made some changes to their terms and conditions. But when it first came out, Bing was a free tool that you could generate images for personal use only. You were not able to generate images for commercial use, meaning that you couldn't sell them. Um, you couldn't like, mass produce them and things like that. So they were only for, personal use. And I think, that was going to kind of catch a lot of people up because I don't think people really understood that the Bing is for personal use and not commercial. Whereas Dolly 3 is for, you can use it for any purpose because you're paying for access to that tool because it's inside of ChatGPT and it's only available on ChatGPT Plus. So in order to use Dolly 3, it's paid. So therefore, they were allowing commercial use of those images. And there was a lot of, the girls were tussling about that. And I always want to, well, no, I try to always stay on the side of right. And I don't want to get caught up in any copyright issues, any cease and desist issues. So I'm gonna stay on the side of if I want to choose a tool to use commercial, to use commercially if I want to sell, I'm gonna use Dolly 3 and not Bing Image Creator. And I haven't done a lot of research into the recent developments, but I think I saw somewhere where Bing is now allowing commercial usage. But I said all of that to say, out of all of the image generators, because you have Bing, you have Midjourney, you have Dolly 3 inside of ChatGPT, you have Leonardo, you have Playground AI, I think Night Cafe. There's a whole bunch of them. Ideogram. There's a ton of image creators. You want to be familiar with the terms and conditions, the terms of service of these image creators. That's a big deal because a lot of people are creating images and they want to sell them, and you could find yourself in a awkward position in a position where it's going to cost you some money if you are selling images that don't have a commercial license and you get caught. Because if you get that cease and desist and they tell you that you have a fee or a fine of X amount of $100, you gonna be caught holding that bag. You out here trying to get a bag, but you gonna be caught holding that bag because you're gonna be on the hook for, however much they're suing you or, demanding money for using the images illegally. And that brings me to a question that I've seen in in the group when people are joining the group, one of the questions they put is AI ethical and is it legal? The answer is it depends on how you use it. The development of the tool itself absolutely is ethical and legal. It depends on how you use it, and sometimes there are issues with how these tools are trained, and there are some lawsuits that I'm not following very closely. I can drop the link to a gentleman that is an attorney that kind of is specializing in artificial intelligence. I'm going to drop his link here now. His name is Peter Nieves. If you have some questions about the legalities of artificial intelligence and copyright and all of that stuff, check out Peter Nieves' website. He's a reputable source. He is an attorney. I don't know where he's barred and credentialed, but he is an attorney that is putting out some information, some credible information about the status of artificial intelligence and copyright issues and things of that nature. And so right now, as it stands, um, AI generated images are not eligible for copyright. You aren't eligible to send those to the copyright office and get a or I guess registered copyright for those. You can do copyright, like if you I think if it had you have to prove that there is a certain amount of human interaction. So like if you have a book or something that you author and you use artificial intelligence to assist you with the writing, then I think that is still eligible for copyright. But I don't know if there's like a certain percentage of it that you have to prove that the human wrote it versus the AI or something like that. But images right now are not available for you can't copyright those. So that's something to be aware of. But definitely understand the terms and services of the tools that you're using. And my suggestion would be to take um like let me see. Let's do I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna go into ChatGPT and see if I can get it to tell me the terms and conditions of Bing image creator. um, all right, so let me share my screen. I'm gonna move myself over here. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Okay, so Bing image creator terms and conditions. So let me find I'm trying to find the terms and conditions. I've seen them before. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take this link and paste this into ChatGPT. Um, I'll just say sell in my Etsy store or on my website. And I'm gonna paste that link. Oh, and side note, I told I put in my custom instructions that that I want to call ChatGPT Starlet, but she still thinks that I want her to call me Starlet. She a weirdo. But at any rate, it says that she can't access the external websites directly. That's not right. And why am I in 3.5? Let me go back. Oops. Okay, let's see if it'll read it in 4.0 because I thought that you could read or I thought that you could read websites in ChatGPT 4. So let me engage ChatGPT 4. I didn't realize I had been using 3.5. Oh, so yes, ChatGPT 4 does have web browsing capability. So based on the terms of use, so what it's saying, like under point number 3, Microsoft does not claim ownership of the prompts or creations you make. However, by using the service and submitting content, you grant Microsoft and its affiliates permission to use these prompts and creation in their business operations. This includes rights like copying, distributing, transmitting, displaying, performing, editing, and translating your content. So that means that you won't own your content. And I mean, you won't own it anyway because you can't currently copyright it, but they could distribute your content, or they possibly could share it out in their newsletter or feature it on their website or something like that, and I'm not really sure that they would have to let you know that. So commercial use, the terms do not explicitly restrict the commercial use of the generated images. However, given the licensing rights you grant to Microsoft and the potential lack of uniqueness in the creations, it's important to consider these factors when deciding to use these images for commercial purposes, such as selling on Etsy or your website. To ensure full compliance and understanding of your rights, might be beneficial to consult a legal expert. So that's interesting, and it's not super clear. It doesn't say that, it doesn't expressly prohibit you from generating images, but it does let you know that it might not be original. So that's a little bit concerning. So yeah, there's that. So my verdict and takeaway is that I don't really create images in Bing. I create images in Bing just for fun. I don't play around a whole lot in Bing, but that's just me. Um all right, so moving on from that. So, for a little bit of clarity, so images or terms of service where I know that you can use the images commercially is Dolly 3 inside of ChatGPT. Playground AI allows you to generate 1,000 images a day. And they have a few different models on Playground, but you can choose like their stable diffusion model. They have a Playground version 1 model. They have a couple of different models that you can choose on their website to generate images. So I haven't been over there in a while to play around, but that was one of my early favorites. I feel like I kind of bounce around from different image creator sites. Like right now, I'm feeling Stable Diffusion, but Playground is a good one, and you can do some pretty fun. You can do some pretty fun creations on there, and they're really good for like applying filters. And you can upload your own images to Playground, and you can like apply filters, and you can do what's called in painting. I've done some video content on that quite a while ago. If you guys are interested in that, just drop a comment and I will link to some of the YouTube videos that I have on me playing around with Playground AI. Um Another highlight from 2023. Oh, Playground AI released their own I don't know if it's a foundation model. I don't know if that's the right word, but their own model, because I think they were originally using Stable Diffusion version 1.5, and so Playground came out with their own model last year. I didn't get a chance to play with that, but from what I understand, the feedback I saw on YouTube, I think it's pretty decent. I feel like Playground AI is a little underrated. I don't think it gets its just due. It's actually a pretty cool tool. So if you're looking for a free art generator, head over to Playground AI and check it out. I think it's worth your time. They have a pretty solid YouTube channel where they do demonstrations and show you around the tool. So I recommend that if you're interested in checking out a free tool that's documented pretty well, that has some pretty good um, demos and some content on YouTube that you can follow along. Um, the next, I think, big thing that came out last year was AI video, like text to video. So you can use a tool like HeyGen. Is it HeyGen? No, Runway ML. I'm getting the tools confused. You can use Runway ML to generate video. You can just like use a prompt like give me a video of, I don't know, a lion walking in the jungle, and it'll give you like a little 4-second video of a lion walking in the jungle. It's pretty cool. It has gotten better over time. I think the first iteration of the software that they released, it wasn't that great. Some of the video was a little bit distorted, but the last few weeks, I've seen some videos on Twitter and on YouTube that have been pretty decent quality. So all of these tools are really um, developing and improving very fast. And it's still, AI is still in its infancy, but I want to encourage you guys, like, get on board. If you're hesitant about AI, or if you're still like, what is this? I don't understand it. Seek to understand. Seek to understand. Like, try to, find someone to follow that you can easily understand, and get some knowledge about this technology, because it's not going away, and it's going to be integrated more into our everyday lives. And I really feel like it's a skill that you need to learn. It's a technology you need to be aware of, and it's a skill that you need to learn in order to stay marketable in the marketplace. A lot of people are like, is AI going to replace my job? I showed this meme a long time ago. I don't necessarily think AI can't replace your job. People that know how to use AI can replace your job. That should be the fear. It shouldn't be the technology itself, but the people that know how to use the technology. If you're afraid of the technology and you don't want to understand, that can be your hindrance. That can be your downfall. And I'm not, here to preach doom and gloom. I'm here to encourage you to get on board and to learn to use the tools. So, ask your questions, get on the tools and play around. You can't really break them. You can't break ChatGPT. You can get on there and ask a bunch of questions. You might run out of credits or whatever. I think they let you ask 40 questions in a 3-hour period. If you get to your limit of 40, then you will have, maxed out for 3 hours, but you can't break it. And if you start conversing with ChatGPT and maybe you're not asking questions and getting the responses that you want, ask it to, refine your question, like go deeper, uh, add further context to your question. Like if you just say, hey, I need your help with, fixing dinner tonight, you might want to say, hey, I'm looking for some ideas for dinner tonight. I have chicken, I have some chicken stock, and I got some carrots. What can I make? It's going to give you something based on those ingredients, as opposed to saying, oh, well, you should make chili and you don't have no ground beef. That's not going to work out. So you got to give it some context. And, as you kind of play with it and keep giving it, context, it's going to give you better and better answers. And to the I guess my response to people that say that, ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, it sounds robotic and it sounds like a computer. You can learn how to season your artificial intelligence. You can season your conversation. You can learn to tell it who you are. Like you can say, my style of voice is friendly and conversational. Or, if you're doing something for work, you could say, hey, I'm a manager. I have, 10 employees. I need to come across as, firm and authoritative, but not like a dictator, and you can ChatGPT will give you verbiage that you can use for whatever situation you need to navigate as a manager. If you say, I'm playful, I like to have fun, I'm in my 40s, this is some of the lingo that I share with my, girlfriends or guy friends or whatever. ChatGPT can tweak the conversation to fit that situation. Now I will say I've seen some people post, and actually I've encountered this myself. ChatGPT like uses, I guess, what we would call ebonics. It's pretty terrible. Like if you tell it to write in the style of like a 40-year-old black woman or a 35-year-old black woman, like some of the stuff that it says, like the way it phrases its responses is kind of janky and corny. But you can train it to sound like you. You absolutely can. You can get that, you know, um, where it sounds robotic, you can get that out of your responses, because you can use it, you can use custom instructions. You have to have ChatGPT, or I'm sorry, the plus version, in order to give it custom instructions, but I'm going to continue following the code. Thank you, Keith. That is funny. You break down the information regarding AI so we can understand it. Yeah, that's my goal. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Oops. Thank you for that feedback. That is really my goal. My goal is I want to one of my goals is to help 10,000 people like learn how to use artificial intelligence. And that's like a big, hairy, audacious goal, because 10,000 of anything is a lot, especially humans. That's a lot of humans to, interact with and inspire and, try to teach. But that's my goal. I really want to show people how to use these tools and not to be afraid of them, and how you use them to your advantage, because the tools are here now. They out here now. So it's no reason for us not to know how to use them. There's no reason for us to shy away from them and think that it's scary. Like I see comments all the time where people are like, I'm afraid of AI, or I don't understand it. And I really challenge people to shift that thinking. Um, yeah, my challenge to you is to shift the thinking and really get to the heart of why you're afraid of it and why you don't understand it. Um, because it is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and I it's going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger, and I think that we need to understand it so that we know how it works, so that we can do our best to help control it. And really understand like bad actors when people are using it to be malicious. And there are job opportunities. There is money to be made in the field of artificial intelligence. This is like I don't know how many people remember, like in my age group, I remember when I was I guess early high school was when they turned the internet on. Like in the late, what is it, the early 90s, the late 80s, when they turned the internet on. I was still in high school. I think I was in like ninth grade, and I remember playing on America Online. And I didn't know, at the time, like the dot com era or whatever, I was too young to really be a part of that in terms of like a business person or whatever. But this is our moment of when they turned the internet on. And people really need to position themselves to benefit from that. This could be like another wealth transfer, or a part of a come up, if you are willing to learn the technology and how to use it and show people how to implement it and integrate it into your own life. It's a lot of positives, and not to say that there are no negatives, because if the technology gets into the wrong hands, there can be, negatives or things like that. But we need to understand what the technology is so that you can see so that you can see when there are bad actors or when people are using it for malicious intent. So that's my thoughts on that. But what are the other Oh, another one of the big highlights from 2023 is DID. So that's a tool. It's like it animates still images. So I played around with that long time ago, like early last year. Exactly, Keith. Don't get left behind. This is not a season to get left behind. There is so much opportunity here. I can't overstate that enough. There is so much opportunity here. with artificial intelligence, don't get left behind. And a lot of people, they come into the group, and I don't say this, taking a shot at people. I say this to try to encourage you to change your thinking. They're like, I just want to use the free tools. What can I use for free? And people are fixated on free. And I get it, because there have been times when I don't have money to pay for things that I want to pay for too. So I get that. But what I would say about using some of these free tools, especially if you are intending to create things to sell, a lot of people are looking at the free art generators. Going back to that conversation of what you can use, what you have commercial rights for. If you have the intent to sell, you want to make sure that you're using a tool that you can sell the art from, number one. But like with ChatGPT, consider getting the plus plan if you can, because you can, it's $20 a month. And if you do something as simple as post on your Facebook, hey, I can help you rewrite your resume, or, write cover letters for you. Um, and I can take, two clients this week, or I can do two people's resumes this week. You can make that $20 back so fast. Because all you got to do, if somebody sends you a resume, all you got to do is copy it and paste it in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to tweak it for you. It's so easy. And the person that you're doing it for will be fascinated. They'll be like, "Oh wow, this is fabulous. This sounds great." And they're not going to be any wiser, and it probably took you 10 minutes. So you will have made your money back that you spent on your Chat GPT Plus in a matter of, minutes. So I encourage people to shift their thinking in that regard about, using the free tools, because if you upgrade to the plus, it opens up more opportunity with things that you can do with the tool. Um, oh, and I talked about DID already. So we're coming up to the top of the hour. So I'm going to uh, let you guys go in a few more minutes. But if you guys have any questions before I get out of here, I'm happy to answer. But I was talking about DID. So DID has come a long way, and I'm gonna share. Let me see. You know what? I didn't renew my DID subscription, and I didn't renew it because when I was using it with like little cartoon characters, and I wasn't that impressed with the results. Like the hey Jackie, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I wasn't that impressed with the result I was getting, like the teeth, like because it's taking a still image and it animates it and like lets it talk and stuff, and it wasn't giving me really good results. Like the teeth, like the mouth didn't look good, and then I think the image I chose, she had like big hair and she was like moving her head, but the hair didn't move. So I wasn't quite satisfied with it. But I just played with it, I would say maybe like 3 weeks ago, and it has drastically improved. So if you're looking to animate your still pictures, like if you want to do video content or something like that with a still picture, check out DID. That's they have made some improvements. And that's the thing, like these tools are developing so rapidly. They are constantly iterating and trying to make them better. So just in a matter of a few months, that's how fast this stuff is developing. So like Keith just said a minute ago, don't get left behind, y'all. Don't decide, well, I'm gonna look into it, in a few months because I'm busy right now. Strike while the iron is hot and start paying attention to these AI tools now, because the longer you wait, the further we are going to be, down the road, and new technology will be here. And it's like things are developing so rapidly. You need to kind of get a grasp of what's happening right now so that you can, understand what's coming in the future. So don't put off today, or don't put off till tomorrow what you could do today. So, follow some YouTube channels. Please follow and subscribe to me. I'm going to be here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, talking about all things AI. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week. I know one of the really popular questions that I've been seeing in the group is people want to know about face swapping. And I'm going to end my live stream with this. So, face swapping, I started using a tool called it's called Pixie. And it used to be called Insight Face Swapper. It may still be called Insight Face Swapper. These companies, they change their names a lot. But I was using Insight Face Swapper when I first started with the swapping, and I did a it's been several months ago now. I got a really pretty picture of myself and I did it using Face Swapper and I posted it. I don't know if it was my profile picture, but I know I posted it on my Facebook account. I was really pleased with the way that turned out. The Face Swapper tool, Insight Face Swapper, it can be hit or miss. I would say you get good results maybe about 60% of the time. Most artificial intelligence tools are not set up to help you get really strong representations of yourself, except for except for the way that I just recently had a class. So I recently taught a class called Create Your Digital Twin, and it's not face swapping exactly, but it's where you get the artificial intelligence images to look like you. So actually, here in my background, this image over here to the left. Um, my other left. This one right here. So that's me, and that's an image that I created using Stable Diffusion, and it's not face swapping actually. So that is my face on the image, but it's not as a result of using Face Swapper. It's a result of fine tuning a machine learning model. So that's what I'm teaching people how to do in my Create Your Digital Twin class. So we fine tune a model and then we generate the images. So that's what I'm showing people how to do. So that's kind of the long answer to how you can get your face on the AI images. Face swapping is I would say the easy temporary fix, like if you're in a pinch, but it in my experience it doesn't give the best results. So if you want really good results for something that really looks like you or looks like your client, or you know whatever you're trying to accomplish, you'll want to use a fine-tuned model of that particular person to create images with that. That's the best. That's kind of like the gold standard right now, because you can upload images. I showed this a few weeks ago. You can upload images into Dolly 3. Like you can do that on your phone. I put a video in the Easy AI prompts group. If anybody is interested, just comment down below and I'll tag your name in that video. But basically, you can upload your picture to Dolly 3 and you can tell it to create an image that looks like the picture that you uploaded. Like I think at the time I was doing like a Christmas scene or something like that. So you could say create a Christmas scene that using the image that I uploaded. So it created a black woman that had, you know, a twist out style hair or whatever, but it didn't look just like me. It was inspired by me, so it looked somewhat like me. So hey there. So I see, unfortunately, I see your name as Facebook user. So you might have to send me a message, inbox me, send me a direct message on Facebook, and I will get you the link to that video because it's showing I can't see your name. I apologize about that. But the next class having, let me drop the link. It is tentatively scheduled for um January 21st. But registration is not open just yet, but I do have a wait list, and I'm going to drop that now. Okay, there we go. So I just dropped the link to the wait list if you guys are interested in getting on the wait list for the Create Your Digital Twin class. But if you want to play around with Insight Face Swapper in the meantime, just to kind of see what sort of results you get, the tool is called Insight Face Swapper. It's by Pixie, and I think they have I don't know if they allow you to do free images anymore. There was a time where you could do free, and that's the other thing about getting started early. When you pay attention to the news and the different tools that are coming onto the market, these AI tools, a lot of times they are starting in beta, or they're starting where they're free because they want to get users, they want to get users feedback and get your experience, and they'll let you, you know, use the tool for free, a lot of them. And then, you know, after they build a name for themselves and create a fan base and they get, you know, they start having to spend too much money on their generation costs and things like that, they will start charging you. So I know Face Swapper has a $10 a month plan now, but they may let you do like, 10 or 20 images for free. I'm not really sure. But that tool works in Discord. So it's like Midjourney. It's not like a Midjourney accessory, but it's like a bot that lives in Discord like Midjourney. And you can use the Insight Face Swapper bot on Midjourney images. So that's if you want to put your face on something and you use Midjourney, that is an option. But if you're really looking to get an image that look, if you're really looking to create images that look like you, fine tuning a model is the way to go. So if you're interested in doing that, definitely join the wait list, and I'll be releasing the details for our upcoming classes soon. So I'm going to be releasing two classes here soon. The first one's going to be on the 21st, and I think the next one is going to be like the first weekend of February. So I am going to wrap up with that, but I appreciate you guys. Oh, hey, Kelly. Kelly said take the class, y'all. She had a blast. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it was really fun. And that's the other thing. Like, that's one of the ways that AI really impacted me last year. Like, I have been studying, y'all. So I started playing around with AI in 2019, and it was because of work. I was looking for how to do some things at work a little bit easier. I was looking at text classification. It's a need that I have for my job, and that's how I got interested in AI. And it sounded, really complicated, convoluted and all the stuff, but I had a need to know, like I wanted to know more about it to help me do my job because I was a little frustrated with the task at work. And I'm like, there has to be a better way. There has to be a way to get to computers to do this stuff for me so that I don't, have to do this tedious, monotonous work. Hi, Diane. Thank you. You're welcome. There has to be a way to get the computer to help me with some of this tedious work. So that was how I got interested in AI, and I started with building or fine tuning the machine learning model. And I have no idea what I was doing. But because I started doing that, I got tuned in to like YouTube, and I started paying attention to like podcasts and stuff. So I just kind of started learning. So when, OpenAI came out with ChatGPT, I knew about it because I had been paying attention to the space. I had my ear to the ground in the space. And the same with Midjourney and Creative Spark, the different, early image creators. So, where was I going with this? I guess my point is that start paying attention now because there's going to be more and more tools that come out to do more and more things that are helpful to us. So you want to understand the landscape now so that we can be prepared for what's coming in the future, because I am pretty sure in my lifetime there is going to be Jetson cars. We already have self-driving cars that they're, trying to bring to the market. They're not mainstream yet, but there are some, out on the road. There's more of that stuff coming. And I do think that flying cars are coming. I think I'm going to see that in my lifetime. So I think for us to be progressive and understand this technology and figure out, how we're going to work with this technology, because we have to stay employed. And in order to stay employed, we have to have skills. So start learning some of this stuff that's fun. Figure out what's fun for you, how we're going to integrate this into our work life, into our daily personal life. So I'm gonna wrap up with that. I will be back next week, next Thursday evening, and I will see you guys later. Have a great evening, have a great weekend, and again, Happy New Year. See y'all later.